everyone. Welcome to the Zone to Speak podcast. I'm your host, Juliana. Before the episode, I have got to share one of my absolute favorite ride essentials, the Cyc Plus Smart Pump. This little thing goes everywhere with me. It's compact, powerful, and honestly a game changer on the bike. I love using it mid-ride when switching between terrains. I can drop the pressure for gravel and then pump it back up when I hit the road. Super easy, super fast. And of course, it's a total lifesaver in case of a flat or any loss of air. No stress, no hand pumping. Just press the button and go. You can grab yours with 10% off using my code ZONE2SPEAK. Link and details are in the episode notes. Trust me, once you try it, you won't leave for a ride without it. Cyc Plus Smart Pump. Smart, simple, and ready for any adventure. Now, let's hear it for the episode. All right. Today on Zone to Speak, we are doing something a little different. Usually I sit down with an athlete or a coach, but today I have both. Because behind almost every great performance, there is another story happening behind the scenes. The conversations, the doubts, the change to the plan. So joining me today are gravel racer Max Karginov and his coach, Dr. Artur Barsumyan. What makes this conversation interesting is that they didn't have the perfect build-up to Max's race. There wasn't perfect months of flawless training. Life got in the way, time was limited, the plan had to adapt. And that's exactly what most cyclists experience. So today we're pulling back the curtains on the athlete-coach relationship. How do you adapt? How much trust is involved? When does a coach push? And when do they tell an athlete to back off? So let's get into it. Max, Artur, welcome to the pod.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, my pleasure. So most coach-athlete relationships start with a simple message or a recommendation from another athlete or a friend, but eventually become one of the closest relationship in sport or in life. I mean, my coach on the peak of my racing career was the most important man in my life. How did you start working together?
I think I can start first because I actually hear about Arthur for quite a while, and I follow him. I used to follow his news blog in one of the social networks and YouTube as well. And I find it quite interesting for me, like a methods and like a style. And also I'm a fan of reading something serious and hard to understand with a simple explanation without anything like a lot of stuff from a science thing. Just need to understand it's also science based by the person who understands it a lot, but it's quite simple to read and simple to understand, simple. So at some point, I understand that sometime in the future, I want to work with Artur because I was looking I think he's not available now. I think he got too much people to coach, or his time is limited, whatever. And at some point, I just sent him a message. It was I think it was January or something like this, and I was like, Artur, I think I need your help. So at this point, I think I can tell you as well. He's part of the story.
Sure. Yeah.
So actually, for me, it's the same. I knew about Max before that Max exists before actually I don't know, Juliana, if you know it, that Max has some pretty good reputation in Russian-speaking cycling world. Yeah, he has a pretty huge blog, about cycling in Russian, and I followed him probably years off, and I never knew how he looks like, but I think we have started to follow each other on Instagram previously, and then just one day, actually, I have wondered myself because he dropped me a message. So because actually, I'm thought that he, like many in Girona, probably works with some coaches from Pro Tour or World Tour, for example. But no.
But not me.
That's so funny. You both admiring each other's work and thinking both of you are busy. You have a pro world tour coach and you have too many other athletes. And then finally, when Max reached out, everything worked out. I think I understand per what I see because I also follow Max. We met in Girona at the dog park. Actually, our good friend Anto introduced us, but then we always saw each other at the dog park. But anyways, I follow Max and I understand that. I don't know how sudden it was, but you just decided to do Traka and you didn't have a lot of time to train.
Uh,
Yeah, how was that?
yeah, it was actually quite different because it's the first time in my life I decide I need to do it properly in advance and this kind of stuff. And I used to work with a different person as a coach for like quite a while. And we decided that we need to do like a bit more like to prepare this year for the Traka because it's longer distance. Never in my life had 360 kilometers on in one day without the stops. Okay, so yeah, and like actually we start preparation like the end of July. Was like 2 months after my first baby was born. I was like, okay, I will start like little by little, and we can see how it goes. And more or less, before the new year, I understand that it's like not working because we go in like ups and downs, ups and downs, the good days, the bad days. It was like more or less every couple of weeks. I was trying to understand what's going on, asking the questions for my coach, and I don't have a lot of like in return. I don't have a lot of answers. It was like maybe it's like this, maybe like this, maybe it's this or that. So at the end of the year, I decided it's not going to working. I just realized that like it's too it's not too much time until Traka is like 4 months. I still need to do more like sharp decisions. So I decided that like we stopped working like as a coach and an athlete. In the message he was like, okay. I was like, okay. So that was quite like easy and like okay.
Clean cut.
Yeah, I still like didn't answer like what was happening like to me the time why
Yeah,
it
I
was
think it
like
makes a
ups and downs.
difference when we understand what we are doing. I think I had that experience before as well that I'm like, why am I doing this training again? And then, but if you have the explanation, you're like, oh, okay, that makes sense. I can do this because I know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this was actually like on the first call with Artur. Opened my training peaks and my intervals. It was like, okay, I got an answer.
So immediately, Arthur, you knew what you needed to do.
Yeah, it was like less than like 24 hours from the first message, and he was like, "Look, here we have the problem." And he opened me like everything and showed me everything and answered all my questions. Told me like what exactly was wrong and what we can do to be able to finish. Because at that point, we were thinking like not about like some kind of a position and the time or like everything. Because Artur was quite like sharp with his words as well, and I was like, man, we just need to do the
Survive.
job to finish the race. Yeah, to survive this race, because at that point you are not allowed to do it. So yeah, and yeah, this is how it started. And he told me like, we're gonna be like hours with low intensity work. It might be boring, but I don't have any base to finish that kind of long distance race. We need it just to survive, not about like winning something to be competitive. We just need to survive this like edition. After we can understand how far we can go and be satisfied with this
Yeah,
and yeah, and everything
makes
like this. So
sense.
yeah, I was like, okay, I don't have any kind of like any other uh, like options, and this option like works great for me. I have all the answers and more or less like a roadmap what we are doing like in the next 3.5 months. So yeah, it was quite short preparation for this kind of long race. Yeah, I think Artur can tell you what exactly he saw on the like in my training peaks to like immediately
Yeah, if you can
tell
share
me
with
the
us,
truth.
what did you see not only on Max, but like when you get a new athlete, what are you looking for? And if there are any commonalities that you see that you need to work on changing
Yeah,
and
sure,
building?
sure. So actually, Max is not the first one with whom I do this like a click on the first match that I see what's happened, what's going on, and because previous athletes, for example, they work with some coaches, they give me like access to training peaks, intervals, etc., and I can just shortly analyze it. And with Max, it was pretty obvious. I just say to him, look, like 80% of training you do like high intensity work, like zone 3, zone 4, zone 5, and like just 20% of like zone 1, zone 2. And actually it should be like otherwise. Yeah, we need to build a solid base. Yeah, and if we see like a pyramid, we need a pretty bright, good, stable base. What is like just aerobic basic work. That means that actually what I spoke with Max as well, and I speak with every single athlete. What do you want? Yeah, actually it's a first question. What do you want in your life from me as a coach, for your experience from races, etc. And then it depends what athlete answers. And then we ask, how bad do you want it? Yeah. And actually Max said to me like, I have a trust to you. I believe to you. I just want to finish this race. Of course, it will be nice to set me high in the list of positioning, but I just want to finish the race. And actually, this is the purpose of my work with most of the athletes, to give them the chance to do the best shape of their lives, yeah, do better preparation, but in the end, on the finish line, he or she, if I work with a female, they can to go to the family, they can smile, they can celebrate this finish and not end with some health disaster, health problems. That is the most, for me, important. And then I say to Max, hey, look, with this preparation, what you have had, it doesn't work actually for Traka 360. Yeah, and we can speak about performance because I have another athletes on Traka. I have top 10 overall, for example, of Traka 200 athletes. But there's a different kind of topics, you know, especially with Max because he was like a new dad. Yeah. With, I don't know, in January, your kid was probably 7-8 months.
Yeah, he was 10. Yeah.
Yeah, 10.
Yeah, 10 months.
So, but it's pretty still challenging, you know, with sleeping, with eating, with time schedule, etc. Yeah, and first, what I cut by most new athletes, it's intensity. I do additional day off for amateur riders. Yeah, we need to separate. I work with pro riders for continental teams, under 23, under 19. It's a different kind. Yeah, because these people mostly sleep, eat, train. You know, by many amateur riders, they think like, okay, I can just go for 90 minutes recovery ride. But in most cases, you need to have a day off, go to the family, go to grocery store to buy some food for the family, for you to cook, to lay down, etc. So this proportion of intensity and aerobic work was the main problem with Max. And it was like what probably most of the people misunderstood with athlete-coach relationship by amateur riders, that the hardest job is not the pushing the athletes, but stopping him or her. You know, as well with Max, we spoke, for example, Max wrote me like, hey, Artur, I have a group ride with strong riders. We want to push ourselves to the limit. No, not today or not tomorrow, you know?
Yeah.
Because it's pretty important. It's still pretty important to have fun, yes? And some social communication. But plan is first.
I have so many questions to unpack all that. Like, one thing is reality versus Instagram. So we're talking about so many things here. The baby, group rides. So people see the race day, but nobody is seeing training peaks, training peak comments, late night messages, changing workouts because life happened, right? What's something that people completely misunderstand about the coach athlete relationship?
Max, I can start. So, for example, Max already said it's like 2 examples of coaching. Yeah, his previous coach. And please, I don't judge any of my colleagues. For sure, someone works pretty well and built a solid base. But I mean, I work just differently, you know, and from always on onboarding communication, I say to the athlete, misunderstanding that I don't sell like a magic plans or magical workouts. It not exists in the world, you know. It exists just continuous commitment from both sides, to the coach, to the athlete. And coach, even like a, I don't know, pro world tour coach, can't build from some amateur riders great rider if other part doesn't work in this relationship, you know, because this is pretty important. Any workouts is already exist for 100 years in endurance sports, you know. We need just to balance him in right way, in right volume and distribution. And this works only with feedback from athlete. You know, if Max say to me, hey, Artur, it's too much for me today. I slept only 2 hours today. Or, hey, Artur, I have more time, for example, for this weekend. Maybe we can do longer ride. So this communication that I can build, change, rethink day to day his training plan. So I admit to it, but I see that this athlete is involved in his training plan. And for him or her, it's pretty important to have a feedback as well.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I think going also back to your comment on not judging your colleagues, I think it's there are different styles of coaching, and there's also different styles of athletes, right? I think I know some people that need a coach that is strong, demanding, and some people just want to be left alone, like put on Training Peaks, don't want to talk to you, I'll do what I can, and that's it. And I think it's just finding your match, and of course having something that works, so you are reaching your goals. What's your take, Max?
Yeah, like for me, like I was always about having some space like in between us. So like it's not like a person who must do something for you. He is the part of the plan, you are the part of the plan. If it's working like together, it's great. If it's not working, maybe you need a different person, a
Yeah.
different way of coaching. Somebody likes that like to be pushed, like you are slow, you are fat, you are, I don't know, like whatever. Somebody need that kind of motivation. Some people don't need any kind of like motivation for them. They motivated
Yep.
by the other things. Somebody need attention. Like me, for example, sometimes I'm doing like a long like feedback after the ride, like like quite long, and sometimes I'm like, today was good, or like today was okay, or like tired. That's all, and it's okay to balance like in between this. So it's more not like a coach and athlete relationship. It's more like the relationship in between like two people. So it's like a chemistry between like the people in the real life, like a friend or like a fellows. If you like person, you go with him. If you don't have like this kind of click, maybe you just need a different
Yeah.
solution or different way of coaching.
Yeah. Arthur, question for you. As a coach, I think you are writing a perfect plan, quote unquote, perfect plan, knowing full well that most likely all athletes are not going to follow it perfectly. Athletes can miss sessions. How do you decide what matters and what doesn't?
Yeah, it's a pretty good question, because actually gold plan or perfect plan, it not exists, because actually I am as a coach, of course, we know like I know like a basics from scientific side, from practical side, from my experience, what works good, what works not so good. And we have like responders and non-responders from athletes, but sometimes in 90% of cases, everyone has response and just 1 from 10 athletes does not respond, for example. So I need to build another perfect plan to him,
Yes.
This what maybe and another topic, but it's like a pain in my ass nowadays regarding social media, that many coaches like try to sell to the people perfectly plan or like some new model of training. Actually, it's not exist, because every single is individual rider, and for every single athlete we need like a perfect plan for him or her. But of course, in plan we have like a key sessions, like for example interval session. But if athlete has missed 80% from his aerobic base, so now aerobic base becomes like a key session, not an interval session. So we need to do basic work always first, and then on the top of that come the some interval session. And for me, it's much more important to know why he or she missed the session, not what she missed. For example, like she missed aerobic or interval work, but why? If like athletes say to me, so I was drunk, for example, yesterday. One time I can say, yes, nice, it's okay, it's life. If it's like every third day, probably something goes wrong. Or for example, I don't have a motivation to train. So it's like a red flag for me. But if, for example, athlete said, hey, my dog is sick, I need to go to the hospital. Something with kid, I need to stay at home with kid. So it's different reasons why someone skips the training.
Yeah.
And so from this basic, I can decide if it was like so I don't want to train, or it was pretty important reason.
Yeah,
and
makes sense.
Try to shift it. And I love it. Athletes write to me, hey, I need to skip it today, but I have variants. For example, I can do it tomorrow or at Friday, etc. So he or she is already involved. Hey, can we reschedule it? I want to do it, but I can.
Yeah. How about you, Max? Like, I know myself and many people feel really guilty missing training. When training starts to slip, or you can get to it that day, or something happens, does it go through your head? Do you have this panic feeling, or you just learned the process? You learned to trust the process.
It actually depends, because like sometimes, like before the Traka, I think everything was like 102%, like more or less was going super nice until that the race day, like everything like perfectly aligned. Now, like for example, like now I have like a tough period with the kid. He start walking with like a lot of like ups and downs every day. Sometimes like for the last 3 weeks, I just like messaging Artur, I'm not able to do this like today or tomorrow, or like we can like can we like rewrite the whole week? Because for example, this week we have only like hour and a half like in a day, and then I can do it. Or like a weekend, I'm completely free. So these kind of things that I told you before about like how deep you involved and how you respond, how's every like how much every part of the puzzle like working together. So sometimes you feeling guilty, but not like guilty, not like anxious actually, but because of the different like other things like happening in your life, you can be like a bit more anxious because like you're already out and it's like something not going well. You're like, okay, at some point you just need to like put it on hold, sit down, drop a message to Artur like, I went today, it was like 38 degrees outside. I slept super like well like the night before, and the week is like super tough. I'm done for today. Let's see how it goes tomorrow. If it's going like a few days in a row, we can have like extra chat about what we're doing now. It's not working well. We need to like realign it. Like for example, now we're talking about these kind of things because it's too hot in Spain now. It's 37, 38 throughout the week. It's so hard to go outside. So we moved to the trainer, like indoors, with the two fans and aircon, and doing the training during the summer, like indoor, because it's more efficient. I'm not able to ride until like 11, like 12 in the morning. If you're going outside after, it's like 35
Too
minutes.
hot. Yeah.
So yeah, you're not able to do like like hard sessions outside and everything like this. So we decided half of the world is doing like winters indoor. Why we're not able to do the summer indoor if it's like too hot?
Yeah.
So yeah, now we trying to do this kind of thing and see how it works. So yeah.
And how about fatigue? I know athletes hide sometimes fatigue. They don't want to tell the coach that they are fatigued. They wanted to continue training. And even though the athlete hides the fatigue, I think the coach knows through the numbers, maybe. I don't know. How honest are you really with each other? Max, do you ever pretend you're fine? And Arthur, do you immediately know?
I was actually, I think, no, I was, yeah, I'm actually pretty straightforward with everything. Is like, if I'm tired, uh, messing man, I'm tired. Also, uh, like we both like first, you know, that's we understand each other with
Mhm.
that kind of things. Sometimes like going like super easy, but like some weeks are going like quite tough with the little one. He's not sleeping or she's not sleeping, waking up quite frequently during the night. So like this kind of things start to like
Yeah, he
to
wears
be
you out.
problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I more or less immediately understand when I'm tired because the rest of the day, like you're doing like the other stuff, like your
Yeah.
job, family time, like walking with the dog. If you understand that something maybe not good, the next day just like a feedback from the training. Man, yesterday like evening, feel myself a bit weird. So today the session was okay, but can we do next time this, and this? Or maybe we can reduce the amount this week to have a bit more rest. So yeah.
Yeah, actually, Irana, it's great question to the coach because Max, I hope he was almost all the time pretty open with me, and really he just wrote me or dropped a message. But I have an athletes who, I don't know, try to impress me or impress themselves, to burn to the limit. Especially I see it
Yeah.
not only by cyclists, I train at triathletes as well. And with three sport arts, they just want to see this limit, but they don't understand that limit go not further with building the form. And actually, if I don't hear something from the athlete that he or she say to me like, hey, I am tired, but of course I don't always catch it from the message. Yeah, but the data, so I love analyze the data, and data can leave a trail that I can see some difference day by day, week by week, and eventually I can hear it in how someone writes the messages. If I work with athletes 2-3 years and they drop the message in Training Peaks like, hey, it was fine, blah, 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 I eat, sleep, good. But I know this man or woman so good that I write like in WhatsApp immediately, hey, you have tomorrow day off, no training. Hey, why? What's happening? I want to train. I want to push my wattage. No, so I explained that, hey, I see some patterns, something goes wrong, and we just need a little bit rest to slow down. And in most of the cases, these people comes to me like, I don't know, for 2, 3, 5 days later and say, hey, Artur, I have problem with my mom, I've girlfriend, with something with family. Hey, I feel me really rested. It was pretty needed for me, And in these cases, I'm really love my job, that it's not only, it's pretty hard to balance between like this data that we have today nowadays from all sensors and still trying to see between the lines of just this human being,
That's a very good point, because I was going to ask, because sports, not just cycling, have become obsessed with data, and we have so much data available. Everybody has a measurement of their sleep and HRV, HRT, everything, and it's too much. And or maybe not, but for me it's too much. I even stopped wearing my watch because it becomes a little bit obsessive. What is more important to look at when it comes to data? But I guess I love that you said the human aspect, because it's not just the data, because you can have all the data in the world, but maybe this person, like you said, is having a fight with their girlfriend, or just had a baby, or maybe about the baby, but you don't know that the baby's colic that week or that night. So there's all these underlining feelings, emotions, and life that happens that no data can translate in training peaks.
Exactly. Yeah. And of course, numbers can say one thing, athletes say another thing, and who wins from
True.
them?
Who is right?
Yeah. And actually, nobody wins, because this disagreement itself, it's a diagnosis, because most of the cases, if I prescribe basic work like zone 2, low zone 2, so we want to see, like, after the session, that athlete give like a RPE, perceived exertion, like a 2 to 3 from 10. If it is much feeling with data, if something goes wrong, probably my plan is wrong and we need to change strategy. Or, for example, many athletes have a problem with evaluate himself, how they feel actually. Many of adults have problem with evaluating how they feel today. And I came back yesterday from Barcelona from Science and Cycling conference before the Tours de France, where all World Tour coaches are, and physiologists, etc., from teams. And I have presented my work using machine learning, so analyzing a big data in sport. But in the end, by coffee breaks, we came with most of the coaches in the same point, that still it's most important and valuable metrics to ask the athlete, hey, how do you feel today? How is your muscle soreness? How do you sleep today? And RPE, so perceived exertion after the training. It's still valuable and give it our direct assessment.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I do nutrition coach, and I always talked about that with all my clients. There's primary food and secondary food, and your primary food is your sleep, your stress level. Like, I cannot fix your nutrition if all those things are not aligned. I mean, it's never going to be a perfect world, but we need to try to work on those. So it makes sense. It's the same thing. It's physiology. How about on race day, like race morning? The race starts. Coach can not pedal for the athlete, obviously. Max, are you thinking about Artur during the race? And Artur, are you like nervous watching, or anxious to see the numbers, or how did he do? I know I think about my coach always, because I always want to make my coach so proud. What's the feeling, Max?
So, as I mentioned before, the preparation was like more or less perfect. We made like all the key sessions, all the base sessions, like everything was super nice. So we were like well prepared with nutrition, with the bike, with like more or less everything. The only thing that that was like super deep, like in me, we have a conversation with Arthur like a few weeks before the start. He was like, "Okay, man, like you are thinking about like 14 hours or something, or like 13. It's not gonna work. So we can do like a 15." I was like, "Okay." But like somewhere here, I was like, what the fuck? What? Like 15 hours? Are you serious? We do all these like things to like 15 hours. So from the morning to the finish line, I was like sometimes like checking the time like in the Wahoo, knowing like somewhere like deep into myself that I can do like sub 14, 100%. The
Yeah.
better we go, the like and yeah. So I was thinking about Arthur like so
Quite
when I
often.
finish yeah my race in less than 14,
Woo!
what he can respond me about it like because I was like no I'm not able to do it 15 like not in like no Sam like maybe with a couple of flats with the digestion problems or with like some mechanicals okay but like the perfect like scenario like sub 14 in the end I was like closer to Girona like closer and I was like I can do like 13 and a half so
You're pushing.
I can message it yeah and actually like I think 15 Ks before the finish line, I got a message from Artur. Like, I'm looking at at the time, and you're doing like 12 hours already with the same average speed. Are you riding the e-bike? I was like, okay, I got it. I was like just before the last super steep part uh, with the guys who want to drop me like the whole race. I was trying to like fight with them. They were like to drop me like three of them. Uh, and I saw him like his message. I was like, now it's just 15 Ks to go. I need to go like all in. Uh, yeah, let's see how it goes. So yeah, like long story short, I dropped the guys on the steep part. Uh, like everything went well. Got no cramps, no problems at all. Finished with 13, 25 or 26. Uh, and in the end, was a feeling like I can do maybe 100 more.
That's a
So
great feeling. That's a great feeling. Usually you finish one of those races and you say never again. But so if you wanted 100 more, I think you both did a good job.
so
For sure.
yeah, the race was like more or less perfect. So I did my best, like as much as I can. I understand like from the start. So like I'm not able to go like, all in from the first line.
Hmm.
I mentioned a lot of guys like that mistake. They go with a strong group first or with the strong guys.
Yeah.
The people I know quite well that they can do like that pace the whole race. And the other guys, I'm not sure they can do it more than like 50 Ks or maybe 100.
Hmm.
Um, after the second feed zone, I catch like a lot of people, like dozens of people. Like after the kilometer 270, uh, like the last feed zone, like the last assist zone. Uh, so I just stop, take water, pick up the nutrition. I was like, wow, I feel myself quite confident that I can like 110% I will finish this race. Uh, how long it takes me, we'll see. But the legs are good. Uh, like the body is good. The digestion is good. I still got like everything I need with me. The bike uh, doing well. So yeah, just like 85 kilometers to go, more or less, and we are here. And yeah, in this last part of the race, was a lot of people struggling, like really struggling. Some of them stopping on the like short climbs, long climbs, like just stopping. And guys also told me that on assistance zone was a lot of people, like even in the pro category, in the elites, like males and females, they start and like, I'm not able to eat more. Like that's all. So they finished the race at this point because it was like the shortest part, like back to Girona.
Back to Girona, wow.
Yeah, and they like no more. And I was like, I'm quite well. We'll call Artur
But that's
later.
a very common mistake, that people have a plan and they don't execute as planned. And it looks like you really listen to your coach and you executed the plan. You know, a lot of people, and it's easy to get caught up in that, right? There are people passing and you're new, like, okay, these people are going to get burned out. Like they're going to blow up anytime. I'm going to execute my plan. And the same thing goes with nutrition. You have your plan, but then you stop at the feeding zone and you're like, ooh, I'll have some of these olives. I'll have some of this and that. And then 100 kilometers later, you're like, oh, I cannot eat anything anymore because I also had the gels and everything else that I planned and the liquid in my bottles. Of course, your stomach stops. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm so pleased for you. How about you, Arthur? Were you like, it sounds like you're sending messages and tracking him?
Yes, for sure. So if it's possible, on each race, I try to track my athletes, whatever it goes on TV, if it's big and professional or like a tracking one. And it works not always perfect with this tracking system, you know, in athlete can stuck somewhere for hours, you know, by triathlon or the Traka. And I start to thinking, shit, he's like dead, or what's happened there, or like with Max. I was really pleased with myself and himself, because probably he took my advice, because he was really like a checkpoint to checkpoint, like a e-bike. It's the same speed. And I thought,
amazing.
Great man, you just hold your pace, stable pace, not overestimated, and it's pretty crucial to stick to the plan and have this plan, you know. And for sure, in this case, it was all fine, you know, but most of the cases, for sure, I'm still thinking, and even if I have some podium national winning of my athletes, I still a little bit disappointed, not with the athletes, with myself, because I start immediately thinking, what could we do better, you know, for the next race? And maybe it, like, if it's like, for example, top 10 on the track and not top 3, and my athlete, for example, really happy and amazed, and I'm thinking maybe it was something problem with my plan, with my advices, with my nutrition strategy. So I'm pretty hard on myself, but I'm always happy that athletes that I can help to achieve their goals. Yeah,
I'm sure it's a good feeling. And of course, we just talked about, and not everything is perfect, and it's always good to learn as well. And not that it's your fault, but again, you know, sometimes athletes don't trace the plan perfectly, and things can happen. I just have some fire chat questions.
Let's go.
So, who is more stubborn?
I think Artur.
Yes, totally, yes.
Who replies to messages faster?
Me?
Me.
Maybe both are quick. Who is more likely to overthink?
Me?
I think both of us.
Indoor trainer or face the bad weather outside?
Indoor trainer.
Indoor trainer.
Most used emoji on your messages?
I think it's some smiley from Max, like a GIF with some dead, with rest in peace.
So, no, it's a
good one.
There's actually like like a graveyard. Yeah,
Yes.
it's like a stone from the
Yeah.
graveyard,
Yeah. Yeah.
and like with a message like "not this time" or something like this. So yeah,
Good
I
one.
think it's the most popular.
One workout nobody enjoys.
I would
I
say
think
for
like
Max, he does not enjoy easy ones.
yeah
Max is
yeah
nodding.
if it's
Accurate.
like if it's more like more than 5 hours of like doing easy, I think
Mhm.
not a fan. Maybe with something in between, yeah. But if it's like 5 hours of like aerobic, it's like, but yeah, it works.
This one is for Arthur. One thing every cyclist worries about that doesn't actually matter.
It's a pretty tough question, actually.
Is it
Every new single sensor on the market, or every new single metric, and the list goes and goes. Every gram of his 7 kilo bikes with weight of riders 120 kilo and
Yeah.
a low FTP. It's probably
Yeah. One word to describe each other.
Commitment.
I have two actually. I think hidden gem is quite good to describe Artur
Yeah.
from my
Yeah.
perspective.
Training by feel or training by power?
I feel
Power to know and feel to decide.
Sounds good. Recovery ride or complete rest?
Complete rest.
complete rest
Intervals indoors or outdoors?
indoors.
It depends. Indoors mostly, yeah.
Nutrition first or fitness first?
Depends, as everything in sport.
True.
I would say, yeah, fitness first. So you don't need to have 90 grams per hour if you don't have a fitness.
True. True.
Yeah. Fitness as well, I think.
What's next? Are you guys prepping for a new race?
Yeah, we actually are thinking about the late summer block of racing in the Baltic countries, like Latvia and Lithuania. One at Gravel Series gravel race, and the week before is the UCI gravel race as well. We decided to like not to go there because the preparation was not so smooth. Yeah, June was like super tough for me, and we decided we just take it easy for now. Jump back to like doing the base and build up like more and more and more base to enter like more or less like autumn, like winter, like well prepared. And yeah, still waiting for the Traka entrance for 2027. So I'm thinking to go like the same 360 because 200 is too short for me. It's, yeah, I really enjoy like to plan everything like longer than 10 hours. It was a great feeling, and want to do more or less the same, but they have more time for preparation. And, yeah, I think we more or less understand each other quite well at the moment. What works great, which part is not. So we'll see. Maybe the Sea Otter in Girona in the end of September.
Yeah.
It's not like a main thing in the season. So now it's just back to some work to to build the future like base. I think if we build enough, we always have an option to like prepare to some races.
Yeah. You'll be ready.
Like in a month or like something. So like in my mind, the main thing gonna be the Traka 2027. Yeah, I really want to check how it's going on the shorter races, because like the rest of the season is like 100, 120, maybe 150, no more than
Yeah.
this, because you don't really have this kind of long gravel races. If we're not talking about like ultras and like something like more than 500 kilometers. So this at this point, it's not my goal to go longer. So to be like faster on the distances I'm doing right now. We'll try the shorter races as well, more or less occasionally, at this moment. But yeah, um, the goal for now is just like go up, like a bit with our fitness, after we can decide what we're going to do with this.
Sounds good. Sounds like a plan.
Come to consistency again.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think today's conversation shows that great performance rarely happen because everything goes perfectly. They happen because people adapt. I think good athletes adapt, great coaches adapt, and it's a lovely story. I'm sure it's inspiring a lot of people. Anyone who wants to seek guidance or check Max and Dr. Arthur, all their information is going to be on the episode description, and you can also find on Instagram. I want to thank you both so much for sharing your story together here on Zone to Speak and finding the time to be here. It's been really, really a pleasure. And Max, I'll see you soon in Jerome.
Nice. Yeah. It's like huge thank you for hosting us, for inviting.
Pleasure.
It's always like a pleasure to talk with the people like involved that deeply in cycling. And also, it's another reason to have a conversation with Artur as well. We actually, both of us were quite busy last week. We don't have a chance to see each other in Barcelona. But yeah.
See, I
Right
brought you
here.
guys together.
But
Yes.
yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. It's a pleasure. And that's all for today's episode. I want to thank the listeners for tuning in. Your support means everything. If you enjoyed this episode, please consider following, leaving a review, and sharing it with your friends.